In the headlines, Prime Minister Skerrit makes a special appeal for Haiti and the Bahamas in the wake of Hurricane Matthew. Amateur video on social media showing students threatening a police officer, causing real concern for educators here. And police chief addresses issue of missing firearms from police headquarters, while 12 firearms are seized at the port. I'm Andrea Louis with the Channel 5 News, back with the details after this. Thank you for staying with us. Topping the news, Prime Minister Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit has reminded the public of the prompt assistance which Dominica received from the region and internationally after Tropical Storm Erica. Speaking in the aftermath of Hurricane Matthew's impact on Haiti and the Bahamas, the Prime Minister said we have a duty to respond even before a request is made.
My thinking at this time is rather than appeal to individuals and households across the nation, many of whom we know are themselves not in a position to give, again because of their own losses from Tropical Storm Erica. I believe that on this occasion, we should mobilize among the business community. I would like for the management of businesses employing 10 or more persons to spearhead a Hurricane Matthew relief and recovery exercise within the individual establishments. Contributions can be made in cash or relief supplies, and efforts should be coordinated with the Office of Disaster Management and Red Cross of Dominica. So the formula I recommend is that individual management teams meet soonest, determine the nature of assistance they can and will give, and communicate this to the Office of Disaster Management or other known and established charitable relief agencies.
Hurricane Matthew killed 478 people in Haiti. In other news, 3 missing firearms from police headquarters, and the police chief is concerned his own men are implicated in that matter. Police Chief Daniel Carbon addressed the matter after being questioned by the media. However, he did not spend more than a minute on the issue.
I'm very much concerned, I said, when police officers allegedly get themselves involved in criminal activity, and investigations into that matter you're referring to is ongoing. It has been on the media that 3.45 pistols are missing from police headquarters. I can confirm that is the case, and investigations into the matter is ongoing.
An M60 machine gun is among 12 firearms taken away by drug squad officers in a barrel containing grocery items on the Woodbridge Bay port. Idona Jean-Baptiste explains.
No word on whose name the barrel from the United States was addressed to in Dominica. Neither is information forthcoming on which destination in the U.S. the barrel came from. Police Chief Daniel Carbon is tight-lipped about that so as to not jeopardize ongoing investigations. What is clear is that the police acted on intelligence in partnership with the U.S. authorities to seize the weapons on the port. Carbon told the media at a news conference on Friday that these firearms and ammunition came in illegally since he did not grant permits for their importation.
The following were found in the bottom of the barrel. Firearms, 5 Taurus pistols, 1 Kel-Tec pistol, 5 Taurus revolvers, 1 Rossi revolver. Ammunition, 180 rounds of 7.62 round of ammunition, 250 rounds of 9mm ammunition, 300 rounds of .38 ammunition, 100 rounds of .357 ammunition. Magazines, 1 7-round magazine, 1 12-round magazine, 1 29-round submachine gun magazine. Stun gun, one 9 million volt stun gun. Total of firearms, 12. Total of rounds of ammunition, 830. Free magazines, one stun gun, 9 million volts.
The barrel was searched by police on Friday, September 30, in the presence of customs and port officials after being on the port for 2 days.
We worked in collaboration with the authorities from the United States of America, and that process was going on for some time. We are pursuing persons who can assist us with that investigations. And we know who we are looking for.
In other top stories, members of the teaching profession have voiced their disappointment and concern regarding an incident on Wednesday afternoon which involved school children attacking a woman police officer. President of the Dominica Association of Teachers, who is also principal of the Dominica Community High School, says this incident was particularly worrisome, especially as the police plan to introduce a community policing program in the secondary schools.
My concern was that the students knew the individual was an officer of the law and still had the audacity to attack an officer of the law. It speaks of something which is not comfortable, is not sitting comfortable with me at all. And this same officer of the law, would you believe that in the afternoon I had a PTA meeting and we had arranged with, in fact, the police, the department where she works, selected the Dominica Community High School to start a program with the school to avert the very same thing that happened that afternoon.
The DAT head says it is appalling that none of the eyewitnesses came to the help of the police officer, and it is disturbing what this may mean for us as a society.
What bothered me too is that individuals who were present, who saw what happened, nobody came to her rescue, and it bothers me a lot. Something is wrong with our society. This is an officer of the law, and with children attacking her, surrounding her. She spoke to me personally, and she said she just stood up there and she just couldn't believe what was happening. And when she saw the way the children just surrounded her, just went at her, she just said, well, Lord, I'm at their mercy. But luckily, some police officers, came just on time, and it frightens me. It frightens me that our students are so bold and so brave and so brazen to attack an officer of the law.
Nicholas is encouraging parents and adults to be more positively involved in the lives of their children.
A lot of our children do not have boundaries anymore. When you hear parents say, it's my friend, your child cannot be your friend. You can have a friendly relationship with your child. You can have an amicable relationship with your child. You can have an open relationship, but your child cannot be your friend. There has to be boundaries, and children have to know that those boundaries exist. This is the only way we can have disciplined people. It's not only hitting and coughing and shouting at the child that is discipline, and that's what is happening now. That we are so free and liberal with our children that our children have just taken control of what is happening. It's not too late. Something has to be done. The students concerned, some counseling, some chatting with their parents, with their friends.
An over $170,000 renovation project is set to begin soon at the Arak House of Culture. Minister for Culture disclosed to Channel 5 News that they are now in the tendering process of the renovation works.
We've budgeted over $173,000, which is not, that is just part of the total sum. So we will begin work on the stage and other areas, the sidings on the stage. We want to make sure that at least when people sit in the audience to look at the stage is presentable. So definitely the stage at this point requires some renovation. I know public works have quite a bit of our documents waiting for tendering, and sometimes that can be a little setback because of the volume of work they themselves have. So definitely as soon as we can get the tendering done and we can get to the contractual stage, we will, and we get the finance, we will get the work going.
The technical aspect, including lighting and audio, are also areas to be improved.
I see today sometimes at shows, and I'm not satisfied with the quality of the lighting and all of the audio, the way it is operated and so on. I have raised it to the permanent secretary. In fact, sometimes she's there and we discuss it at the same time, and then we definitely have concerns that we need to ensure that when people come there that they can get the highest quality. So we've asked them to review, we've asked a technician to tell us exactly what the issue is, and we've working very closely with Greg Pirambes and so at the cultural division, so that he can, and the cultural council, so they can look to see what is required and how we can improve the whole layout at the Arawak House of Culture.
Speaking on the technical side of things at the Arawak House of Culture, film and videography equipment was donated to the House of Culture through Alba Cultural, which is the cultural arm of Alba and aims to contribute towards unity in the region through culture.
What has happened is, since we received the equipment, in fact we've set up the equipment, following the setup it was tested. Some members of the cultural division have already been exposed in how it operates, and I think the cultural division is also looking at how we can get other people, because not just even in culture here, in sports we try to do that. All the areas we try to get people trained, so if let us say the people who gave us the thing are not available, that our locals can be able to operate them, maintain them, and those kinds of things.
The film and video screening equipment donated to the Arawak House of Culture was officially launched in March this year. Coming up, meet the recipients of the Phenomenal Male Teacher Award. Welcome back. A teacher from a 3-year-old learning institution has copped the award for Phenomenal Male Teacher 2016. The Dominica Association of Teachers hosted its Phenomenal Teachers Awards ceremony on Thursday evening in red carpet style to acknowledge the outstanding contribution made by teachers. 17 teachers were nominated for the awards, namely Patricia Alexander, Lillian Alexander Williams, Salin Al Ansam, Curlin Dura, Michael Frederick, Chanel Gallio, Josiane Grant Thomas, Gail Hippolyte, Josie Joseph, Leandra Landa, Teresa Lewis, Karen Richard St. Rose, Sylvia Rivera, Vanessa Seraphin, Beverly Stedman, Jasmine Timothy, and Lancaster Dyer, who was absent. Salin Al Anselm of the St. John's Academy, who won the Phenomenal Male Teacher Award, has been in the teaching profession for 17 years and has held many posts in this field.
I must say I'm very elated and humbled to receive such a distinguished award. I'd like to thank DAT and my nominators for seeing it fit to nominate me for this award.
Meantime, the first ever phenomenal female teacher who comes from the convent high school has been in the teaching profession for 9 years.
Sometimes not through the salary, of course, but just a spoken word, a thank you means a lot for teachers. You cannot be selfish in the teaching profession. What you learn, you pass it on, and that's when it gets life. You know, you give life to your talents. So every time I walk into a club, a meeting, or rehearsal with my students, it's really telling them that at one point, a person like Mrs. Morvan and other teachers invested in me, and because they invested in me, I cannot be selfish, so I'm giving them what I learned.
On to entertainment. Creole in the Park has been described as a manifestation of our national desire to awaken the collective consciousness of our people. This description came from Minister for Tourism, Senator Honorable Robert Tong, on Thursday during the official launching.
In this event, we bring together many of these attributes and skills that define our Dominican culture and civilization. We are much more adept than others to preparing the best Creole meals, creating music and other art forms to tell our story and highlight the achievements of our nation of 38 years. But we also create the conditions for cultural entrepreneurs to sell their goods and services to the many visitors and locals who will attend these 4 days of amazing event.
He said that the event will provide an avenue for family and friends to come together whilst being entertained by the power of our dynamic Creole music over 4 evenings. Director of Tourism Colin Piper said that 50% of our visitor arrivals originate from the Caribbean on an annual basis.
I think it's important to highlight the length of time of these 3 major achievements. It underscores many qualities. For Dominica, independence signifies nation building. For us as organizers of World Creole Music Festival, we say that we have hit the age of maturity or adulthood on the 19th. And for the private sector entities such as Flo, the qualities that I would like to focus on are dedication and commitment. Certainly as the underwriter of Creole in the Park, Flo, you are obligating your company to a financial investment.
Vendors have been asked to not drive across the lawns of the Botanic Gardens whilst in the process of transporting supplies during this year's Creole in the Park. Director of Forestry Minchinton Burton has also asked individuals to try their best not to damage the sprinklers.
We would also like to appeal to the motoring public to please cooperate with the police and security personnel by avoiding the parking of motor vehicles within the precincts of the Botanic Gardens during the staging of the event. Patrons are advised to park outside the Botanic Gardens in order to avoid parking on the lawns and damage to ornamental plants.
Meantime, Assistant Superintendent of Police Richmond Valentine said those who do not abide by the rules will be dealt with accordingly. Emphasis will be placed on venue security and traffic management.
All entries and exit points at the venue will be manned by police and assisted by other additional security measures. Persons entering the venue will be subjected to screening, and any violation of the laws of the Commonwealth of Dominica, the appropriate action will be taken and they will be dealt with according to law. Traffic management. To ensure safety of patrons and to ease traffic congestion in the city, traffic signs will be placed at various locations, and in some cases, police officers will be positioned to man various points.
Motorists in particular have been asked to comply with the arrangements throughout the duration of the event. And the Petite Savane Cultural Group is the recipient of $1,500 along with the Flo Creole Lifetime Award. The group was recognized on Thursday at the Creole in the Park official launching for their continuous efforts despite Tropical Storm Erica.
In 2015, Tropical Storm Erica dealt the community of Petite Savane a crushing blow, which sent the cultural group reeling, grief-stricken, on account of the loss of loved ones, including their dearly beloved member Andrew Daru, and many other friends and family, as well as homes and possessions. The group lost its footing. It was displaced and scattered as people took up residence in different places in and out of Dominica. Exactly a month after that disaster, the Sixth Form Cicero Singers staged a benefit concert in the name of the Petite Savane Cultural Group. And at that event, in an admirable show of strength of spirit and indomitable will, the cultural group took to the stage to the admiration and delight of the audience of that night. The funds raised, coupled with a very generous donation from Mrs. Leng Sorrento, went towards helping the group to pull itself together again. As the 2016 independence season approached, the Petite Savane Cultural Group, under the guidance of a member, Maurice Geese, was encouraged to round up its members, providing hired transportation and organizing regular group sessions in an unusual venue. The group rehearsed with focus and determination and was able to participate in 6 adult categories and 1 children's category in the 2016 national competitions.
Congratulations to the Petite Savane Cultural Group. That's news. Your sports highlights next with Kenny Williams.
First up in sports, 7 Dominican basketballers will benefit from training sessions complement 7-time NBA champion Robert Horry, former NBA champion and head coach Lionel Hollins, and 2-time WNBA All-Star Skylar Diggins at the Digital NBA Jumpstart Elite Camp in Tortola from Friday to Sunday. Aliyah Prince, Sujeta Coffey, Jacob Barry, Jonathan Mills, Jesse Benjamin, Josh Joseph, and Kiefer Francis found favor in the eyes of NBA scouts recently and will get a chance to move on to the U.S. to witness an NBA game later this year. We'll now get some feedback from some of the players on what their first day of the sessions was like.
Day one was good. We learned a few defensive skills, how to contest, when to cut on the offense, when to follow your man, to guard your man. We had some very aggressive gameplay in the 5-on-5, 16 minutes running time. It was a good overall experience for the first day.
It was a very good experience. We met a new coach. Training was intense, like the one in Dominica, so we had to get used to it. It felt really good to get to meet Coach Hollins and WNBA star Skylar Diggins. It was really good. It was a good experience. Learn something new, learn new plays, something I can work on when I get home, or maybe even try it at the hotel.
It was a fun experience. Compared to Dominica, what I realized, the competition has been upped, so we have to push ourselves a little harder to play with the other players, and the coaches also train us a bit different, so we also have to get accustomed to that.
The 2016-2017 NBA season starts Tuesday, October 25. Moving on to cricket, West Indies A went down to Sri Lanka A by 7 wickets in their unofficial test on Friday. In the first innings, the Windies were bowled out for 276 with Vishal Singh making 96. In reply, Sri Lanka posted 386 with D. Karunarante adding 131. Rakeem Cornwall went through the Sri Lankan batting lineup, taking 8 for 108. The Windies in the second innings scored 175. With the target set at 66, the Sri Lankan side made 67 for 3 in 20.3 overs. D. Karunarante scored 39 not out to help his team win. Sri Lanka leads the 3-match series 1-0. On to court sports, the Big Edge Youth Tennis Tournament will have its final round of matches this Saturday with games in the under 12, 14 and 18 categories. The likes of Yannick Josiah and O. McIntyre will be featured in the boys under 18 category, Alonso Doctrove in the boys under 12 and 14 categories, and Josiah in the under 12. The under 18 girls final will feature defending champion Janae Graham against Tori Joseph. The final starts at 10 a.m. at the Dominica Grammar School and will be followed by a prize-giving ceremony at 4 at the same venue. Back with more cricket. Pakistan Cricket Board 11 won the toss and chose to bat first, scoring 241 for 5 on day 1 of their tour match against West Indies on Friday. I. Ahmed made 63, Shan Masood 58 and Ahmed Shizad 52 for Pakistan. Devendra Bishu picked up 3 for 77 and Miguel Cummings 1 for 36 for West Indies. Moving on to the football scene, where action is set to unfold at Windsor Park Sports Stadium with matches between newly promoted Petro Caribe Point Michelle and Waukee Rulers FC at 3 p.m. on Saturday in the 2016 Flow Premier League. At 5 p.m., Bathurst State Football Club will be hoping for better results when they take on league leaders Caribbean Cool Harlem United in a keenly contested match. Scheduled for Sunday's games will be Sagicor Southeast against Middleham United at Benjamin's Park from 4. At Dublin Central Cooperative Credit Union, Dublin Football Club will do battle with Exodus Football Club. That game is also scheduled for 4 p.m. Next up, 2 teams will be looking to book semi-final spots as the 2016 Giant Mold Rounders League closes up its quarter-final rounds on Sunday. At Pottersville, Maxroy Royal Challengers and Tremors will be locked in bat and ball action for that all-important win, while at Grand Bay it will be ACS South Defenders against Jubila Almond Stars. Weather permitting, both games should begin at 1 p.m. Finally, in results from the Socod Rum Dominate 300 Domino League on Thursday, Game 1, Purple City 88 does 3 points, 4B Scum 59 does 2 points, and Execute 59 does 1 point. Game 2, TR Rebels 79 does 3 points, Demolish 69 does 2 points, and Gabo Boys 63 does 1 point. Finally, Tico Pawezon 82 does 3 points, Martian 73 does 2 points, and Voles 66 does 1 point. That's all the sporting highlights for now. I am Kenny Williams. You have yourself an awesome weekend.
And now, your weekend weather forecast.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's weather broadcast. I am your presenter, Annie Correa-Joseph. We start off this evening by taking a look at earlier satellite imagery, and what it shows is this area of convection associated with a tropical wave currently affecting the Lesser Antilles. Visible satellite imagery showed fair to partly cloudy skies over Dominica during the course of the afternoon. Radar imagery indicated the shower activity associated with the wave mainly over the northern and southern portions of the island chain this afternoon. Conditions for tonight: partly cloudy to cloudy with scattered showers and the possibility for some thunderstorm activity. Similar weather conditions can be expected tomorrow. Sea conditions: moderate in open water with waves up to 7 feet. Small craft operators and sea bathers, you are advised to continue to exercise caution. Taking a look at the extended forecast: partly cloudy to cloudy skies with scattered showers and possible thunderstorm activity can be expected throughout the weekend. A tropical wave is expected to move across the area by Sunday. Across the region tomorrow, partly cloudy to cloudy skies with scattered showers and possible thunderstorm activity. On the international scene, partly cloudy skies with some rain in New York and London, partly cloudy skies for Miami, some thunderstorm in Caracas, and clear skies in Beijing. The sun will rise tomorrow at 5:56 a.m. and set at 5:49 p.m. For up-to-date information, log on to our website at weather.gov.dm or call the weather hotline at 447-5555. Thank you for viewing and join us next time. Good night.
To end the news, the headlines again. Prime Minister Skerrit makes a special appeal for Haiti and the Bahamas in the wake of Hurricane Matthew. Amateur video on social media showing students threatening a police officer is causing real concern for educators here. And the police chief addresses issue of missing firearms from police headquarters, while 12 firearms are seized at the port. Feel free to contact us at news@marpin2k4.com. You can also access our past newscasts on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the entire production team, I'm Andrea Louis, and to all our viewers around the world, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful weekend.